The digital landscape of 2026 operates on a simple mandate: grow or die. Startups now dictate cultural trends, treating algorithmic expansion as the metric of success, often bypassing the slow friction of institutional integrity to achieve it. We see this drive for scale in how we approach human ambition. Skill acquisition is increasingly packaged as a frictionless product. Take the explosion of AI models designed to teach languages like Dutch in a matter of hours. The goal is no longer deep comprehension, but rapid processing. That same efficiency applies to major scientific milestones. When NASA prepares for the Artemis II lunar mission, platforms immediately mine the event, stripping down decades of aerospace engineering into gamified content designed to hold your attention for exactly 7 seconds. Deeply rooted traditions face a similar extraction. Local celebrations like Thailand's Songkran Festival are routinely repackaged by global lifestyle brands into viral marketing campaigns and tailored merchandise, trading cultural history for immediate engagement. Even physical aesthetics are mined. The legacy of classic bodybuilding icons is continuously recycled into modern fitness apps and pop culture campaigns, turning historical physical achievements into passive digital income streams. Powering this relentless optimization requires immense raw material. Platforms quietly extract technical data, IP addresses, referral URLs, and location metrics from every user interaction, wrapping the entire process in complex legal privacy policies to shield the extraction. We have successfully mastered the mechanics of hyper-efficiency. The architecture of the modern internet allows anyone to scale output instantly across billions of devices without a second thought. This frictionless efficiency creates a structural vacuum. When the system rewards the first to publish, it penalizes the one who stops to verify. Accuracy takes time, a resource that acts as a competitive disadvantage in an economy built for milliseconds. We can see the consequences of this speed most clearly in the collapse of traditional gatekeepers. Local print journalism, which historically acted as the primary mechanism for civic accountability, is actively being starved of resources. A study of newsrooms across Portugal and Spain reveals this reality. The plunging line represents available journalistic staff, while the spiking line tracks mandatory digital content quotas. Consequently, reporters must rely on unverified official sources, squeezing out investigative reporting. Reporters refer to this as the tyranny of clicks. It is an economic model that actively punishes journalists for taking the hours necessary to properly verify facts, instead incentivizing high-volume, rapid-fire publishing. Modern misinformation rarely succeeds through intellectual superiority. It succeeds because the very institutions built to cross-reference data and hold power accountable have been intentionally starved of the time needed to do their jobs. As institutions crumble, cultural power rushes toward a decentralized alternative. Individuals now command audiences of millions, wielding massive engagement metrics without facing editorial gatekeeping. Robert Downey Jr. aimed a sharp critique at this new hierarchy, observing that the digital space is dominated by influencers operating as evangelical hucksters. He drew a contrast between fame generated merely by rolling a smartphone camera for self-aggrandizement and the rigorous work of actually building something, making art, or educating yourself to produce a meaningful output. This ecosystem isn't broken, it's optimized. It naturally favors loud, frictionless hype, because manufactured performance is easier to scale than the slow, expensive work of verified substance. To navigate this environment, we have to look objectively at the tools we use. The dashboards, the engagement graphs, and the underlying algorithms all operate on a strict mathematical logic. That logic dictates a single, unbending rule. The algorithm is entirely blind to truth, realness, or substance. It cannot measure accuracy. It only measures behavioral engagement. If you try to play the algorithm's game by relying on broken institutional models or chasing shallow viral trends, you immediately dilute your own integrity and hand control over to the platforms. This flowchart illustrates a concept known as viral architecture. It is the deliberate design of proprietary systems where raw data inputs must pass through a strict verification node before they ever reach the output stage, forcing the algorithms to reward actual value. In this sustained view, we see tools like AI analytics and trend mapping repurposed. Instead of using them as cheap shortcuts for mass content creation, they act as structural, load-bearing pillars that support deep investigative work. Economic and cultural leverage is shifting toward those who resist the pressure of quick, artificial scale. In a landscape defined by automated noise, the ability to produce work with verifiable substance becomes a high-value scarcity. Surviving the attention economy supply chain means moving past passive consumption. You must architect your own reality. Build something that matters.